This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're in Gibraltar here for the weigh-in for Povetkin Whyte 2 live on Sky Sports and DAZN this Saturday night. I'm joined by the Master of Ceremonies for this event, Mr. David Diamante. How are you, first of all, David?
Coog, I'm doing great. It's great to see you, and congratulations on the birth of your beautiful daughter.
Thank you very much. A newly crowned father, shall we say, so just getting used to that. First time away, so yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough being away from the family. I think that's for all of us. It's you got to take the bitter with the sweet, right? We have a really sweet job, but the bitter stuff is we got to leave our loved ones behind.
Let's head back to fight camp back in August, where the penultimate night of the fight camp series, the initial first one, ended in a shocking defeat for Dillian Whyte, and I think everyone who was there kind of watching it were almost like jaw-dropping, stone-cold silence. Is he going to put it right this weekend?
Well, everyone was silent except for the team from World of Boxing. Those guys were jumping up in joy. You know, that was an incredible night. I mean, obviously, the way Eddie did fight camp at Matchroom Square Garden and Matchroom HQ was really amazing out there in Essex and Brentwood. And there were all these great fights. And like you said, this was the penultimate night. And then here we have it for the WBC Interim Heavyweight Championship of the World. I think most people thought Dillian Whyte was going to do the business. And he looked like he was well on his way to doing it, you know, hurting Povetkin, knocking him down a couple times. And then that shot, I mean, it was like the shot heard around Great Britain. I mean, it just knocked Dillian Whyte out cold. It was, I'll never forget it. You know, I saw it live, and it's just still imprinted in my brain. Hopefully it's not imprinted in Dillian's brain. Both guys were talking yesterday at the presser and saying, look, that's in the past. It's all about future motion. And they can say that, but the memory remains. I think the memory still remains, and I think that it's a really compelling fight because I think you have really great arguments on both sides to say who's going to win this fight. I think you could easily say, look, Dillian Whyte was taking care of business the first time. He had him hurt. He's the younger guy. He's the bigger guy. He's the stronger guy. He should just stick to his boxing, keep doing what he was doing, just not get careless, and he should take care of business. That's a really great way to see the fight. The other way to look at it is you look at the pedigree of a guy like Povetkin, who's an Olympic gold medalist, who's a former WBA heavyweight champion of the world, who's the reigning WBC interim heavyweight champion of the world. He's probably, a lot of people would say, a more skilled boxer than Dillian Whyte. And now that he's got the code of what Dillian does and how to beat him, it's going to be a lot easier. And you can look at the way the camps are even moving this week. There's a lot of commotion on the Dillian side. The Povetkin side is very calm. I mean, very calm. You wouldn't even think Povetkin's going to be in a fight this weekend. You think he's literally coming to Gibraltar for fun, sun and fun. I mean, the guy's very, very relaxed. That sometimes can be very telling. So it's a very compelling matchup, and it's really hard to say who's going to win this fight.
I mean, you make a good point there in the body language and demeanour from Povetkin yesterday. A very cool customer. Obviously, chooses not to kind of talk English in his interviews because of his limited English in his interviews, but so we don't always gauge a lot from what he says. It's always via a translator. But yeah, we kind of got the impression yesterday that, you know, when he was asked from Eddie Hearn, are you going to knock Dillian Whyte out? He's very coy about that situation because he knows heavyweight boxing is very unpredictable. He landed the shot in the first fight. We don't know what's going to happen in this fight, but yeah, there is a little bit of an awe about Povetkin.
There's no doubt, man. There's no doubt. I mean, he's very cool customer, like you said, and he's not new to this. He's true to this. He's been doing this a long time. This is business for him, and it shows. He's, you know, when guys have put the work in, there a lot of times the fight. A lot of times, you know, train hard, fight easy. That's what they say, and you know, he looks very relaxed.
Well, tomorrow night, somewhere near here, not actually here. This is where obviously the weigh-in is. I believe this is a Gibraltar rugby pitch. I just saw it there, but 500 fans, which is a bit of a new experience again for us people that go to boxing in front of masses of crowds. To see 500 people here is better than not seeing 500 people here.
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, look, when we did AJ and Pulev at Wembley, we had a limited crowd, but I mean, it sounded thunderous to me. You know, it was amazing to have that. It really was, and I felt like the fighters even felt it. We just did in Dallas. We just did the Chocolatito Estrada fight. We had a nice crowd. We've got this one now, and then next week when Uzbekistan, we're going to have a crowd out there. So I'm really excited. And you know, I haven't been to Gibraltar in a long time. I mean, I was here in 1997. This place is really built up, but there's a population here, and supposedly they've all got their jabs, and you got to have 2 jabs to come to the show, so it's going to be hopefully safe, and everyone's going to be there, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to have a crowd. I think this is only the second pro fight that's ever taken place here on Gibraltar, and it's a big one.
Is there any place in the world, rather, that you haven't been to?
Oh yeah, they're definitely Uzbekistan. I've never been to Tashkent, but I'm looking forward to it. We got the big fighters. We got Shakram Giasov and MJ Murajan Akhmadaliev and
Serious talent here.
And Israel Madrimov. All of them. They're really incredible, and they're really big stars over in their country. So the country's buzzing for this fight next week. So I'm really excited.
Absolutely. Just finally, David, I just wanted to get your thoughts on Everlast's announcement yesterday that they're going to sign 52 fighters this year. They've already signed the likes of Conor Benn and Joshua Buatsi, 2 of our top talents in the UK, and they announced signings of Natasha Jonas, Sandy Ryan and Chantel Cameron. But for an iconic brand like Everlast to put their kind of commitment into boxing is only positive for the sport.
Well, 52 fighters is like 1 a week, and I'll tell you what, man, like you just said, anyone that puts money into the sport and puts shine on the sport, I'm a fan of. So I think it's great. Hopefully it helps out the fighters, and hopefully it helps out the sport to shine brighter.
Absolutely. David Diamante, thank you very much for your time. Have you got anything else you'd like to add?
No, just everyone enjoy the fights. It should be a great weekend, and we'll catch you soon.
David Diamante, thank you very much, and we'll speak to you soon.